Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Y'all, this is money, power, powder, powder, power. All right. Power Book Force. Power Book 4 Force. He ain't heavy. All right. Season 1, episode 8. And so we started out this episode, Tommy is meeting up with Santos and these Hasidic Jews, and everybody's like, okay, you ready to come out of hiding and do business, and you was playing all these games, and he's like, yeah, let's get down to it, all right, and he wants 35 a key. And so they're all in agreement. They all trying to get this money, and they trying to get Dahlia out on the streets. You got Walter at the doctor's, and she's telling him he could start treatment. He could get ahead of this. It's not the same situation as it was with his wife. Walter seemed like he's still playing damn games. Okay. And he ain't really caring about his health right now, in my opinion. All right. And so, Tommy tells Claudia they need this cook. And she's like, well, you're going to get somebody from New York. Of course, he's like, I ain't got nobody in New York. So, no, that's a dead issue. She like, it's going to be somebody in Chicago. He's like, this is the things I'm trying to figure out. All right. And so he basically says, they need to break this up into 3 shifts of 8 hours each so nobody gets burned out. All right. And they got this demand, and they got to be able to have enough to get it out there to the people. And so you got Tommy and JP together. He's pulling up this carpet in the grandmother's house. And I think he got like a text or something, looked at his phone, and he just was like, so Tommy's like asking him, what is it? And JP is over it. He's like, nah, there ain't no need to talk. Okay, let's just get to it. Help me pull this carpet up. And that's it. And, Tommy basically was like, no, and stops doing what he doing and stands up and was like, I ain't gonna do nothing until you tell me what the hell is going on, all right? He was like, that's a no from me, dog, all right? And he was like, we ain't working or talking now, okay? How about that? And so JP was like, you a real pain in the ass. And Tommy basically like, and so he was like, look, I don't want to keep talking about you with this. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. There's no reason for me to keep saying what I already said. I already put it out there, He was like, it's pointless. And so, of course, Tommy is just still waiting and looking at him. And he's like, okay, well, the house is in foreclosure. And basically, his dad needs a stent put in his heart. So, of course, Tommy is like, well, what can I do to help? Is there something that I could give you to help you out a little bit? And JP is like, no, we already been through this. Okay, I don't want no hands out. And so he says he'll figure something out. And, of course, Tommy's just still standing there looking at him. And he's like, what? And he was like, I'm thinking. He was like, well, damn, that looks like, it's painful for you to think. And so Tommy asked him, is he basically he asked him, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just trying to see in my notes. He asked him, was he good in science? Okay. And then, was he good in science class? And JP is just looking. And then you got him and Claudia talking. All right. Claudia wants to bring in CBI now. All of a sudden she just want everybody to damn come in. Okay. And, she's saying they got the South Side. She want to spread this as much as she possibly can. And so Tommy says that won't work. They got the pipeline, and they still got a lot of stuff they got to figure out. And she basically was like, well, I'm saying, what that got to do with us? If they got stuff to figure out, let them figure it out, or whatever the case may be. I'm saying? We still need a distro. Who cares what family drama they have? But of course, Tommy is always thinking 5 steps ahead and looking at the bigger picture. And he's like saying, them having family drama, if they don't figure it out, that becomes our drama, and we got stuff to figure out. And that could become bigger problems and start a whole war. And we ain't trying to have that, okay? So once they figure it out, we good. And Claudia tells him he's overthinking it. And he was like, look, at the end of the day, Diamond is actually my man. I ain't got no problem with him. So he was like, he said he's that's his guy. And he was like, if when he's ready and he got everything straight, I will bring him in. So then CBI, it ain't a go. Okay, we got to leave that alone. We got to leave that alone. And so he was like, they a bad look until then. And so Claudia says she's not, liking how much power Tommy has in the operation. And Tommy was like, look, I'm not your father. She gonna talk about, oh, well, you sure are acting like it. He's like, nah. He was like, we got a good thing and we don't want to mess it up because you getting into your feelings and shit. So basically check yourself, boo, all right? You got Diamond shaving Jannard's head and they're having a conversation where Diamond is asking him, if you was in charge, what would you be doing different right now? And basically, first, of course, Jannard got to be like, oh, what do you mean? And, why are you asking me that and all this? And he was like, come on, just keep it real. Tell me what you would do. And so he's basically saying, well, for one thing, I wouldn't have been making moves with these white boys, right? I know every minute Jannard is stuck on freaking white boys. And I get it. I understand that Chicago is a very, diverse place, and they move differently. So for me being in New York and then being a mix, don't get me wrong, there's races and stuff like that everywhere. But I'm just confused as to why Jannard goes so hard on the whole white part. He's claiming that he would have still got all the accomplishments that Diamond had without having to go through the white boys, right? And been at the same level, but you have 15 years to do that and you didn't do it. And at the end of the day, if Tommy was coming on some racist shit, on some disrespectful shit, then I could 150% see where Jannard is coming from. But Tommy have never once did that. Everything Tommy has did so far pertaining to y'all has actually benefited y'all and helped y'all, and he has literally saved your life. So the fact that you just keep talking about him being white is corny to me. I'm sorry. You got to have something more and something bigger than that against him for it to make sense for me, okay? But having said that, they basically talking, and Diamond is saying, look, I expanded the CBI business since I've been home, okay? And I have basically made it where we're making good money on the pipeline and shit is running smooth. And Jannard basically says, yeah, he agrees, like you did do that. And so he says that he would put out the new drug that's being around and he would make sure that everything is secure, on the south side. Now that part does make sense. And Diamond says that it's too many unknowns, and he says, yeah, he hear where he coming from with that. He really does. But CBI needs to, get started with, got started with you and it's going to end with you. And when he says that to Diamond, Diamond does have a look. And to be honest with you, especially with the moves we see Diamond making later in the episode, I feel like he was asking Jannard that to give him a chance for him to keep it real with him and come out and tell him what he got planned, because Diamond already know the moves that he's making, and he didn't use that opportunity to do that. He just basically danced around and said the same things that he always was saying, and he still was bullcrapping. And I feel like when Diamond was looking at him like that, he was like, oh, okay, he just still gonna sit here and play this game, and saying that, it starts with you and it ends with you. Let Diamond know where his head was at, in my opinion, okay? You got Tommy and Liliana going for a walk, and them two all dressed in black like the homies, okay? And, he's just telling Liliana he appreciates her, he trusts her, they vibing good. He opens up to her about him having a brother, JP. She's like, what? Get the heck out of here. How long have you known this, and why did you, tell me? And he's like, because I trust you. She's like, oh, I feel so honored. He like, cut it out. She's like, no, seriously, I'm glad that you thought you could confide in me in that, right? And so he tells him that he has an idea for JP to work in the lab. And she's like, okay, cool. And he's like, but you're the only one that's going to know that he's my brother. Nobody else can know. And Liliana, of course, assumes that JP is going to be white. So she's like, yeah, that's not going to be, funny at all when nobody could catch on that it's two white guys with blue eyes. But we all know that JP is not that. Okay. And so, you have this cop. To me, they could have left this part of the story out. I really don't get the point. Apparently, another crooked cop that knows that Bennigan is a crooked cop. So now he want to sit here and blackmail him. He wants him to pay him $50,000. He knows about the situation with his sister and all of that. And of course, Bennigan at first was trying to make up different, excuses. And he was like, I don't care nothing about none of that. Okay, I just want to get mine too. And he's asking them how much they normally pay him, which Bennigan is stupid because I wouldn't have been telling you the real number. And then, like I said, he's asking him for this $50,000, and Bennigan is like, yo, I can't come up with that. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm going to give you a week, all right? Get it together. You got Claudia go to Daddy Flynn, and he talking about, well, what have you been up to? What you got going on? She talking about nothing. He lets her know that he knows she full of crap and that his two guys are missing. All of a sudden you out here running these streets when you wasn't never running them like that before. It's mad obvious. And he also tells her that she's not as smart as she thinks she is. She's just as stupid as her brother. And listen, I'll be getting on Dan Flynn, okay? I'll be calling him trash because I do believe he's trash. But baby, by the end of this episode, I think I gotta take some of the stuff I said back, because I think Daddy Flynn got a point, and I think his kids are stupid, okay? But nonetheless, he's telling her when he finds out what she is up to, he's gonna smash her down, and that's gonna be the end of that and all this stuff. You know how he always making his threats. And Claudia basically gets up in his face and tells him he better be ready for a fight, okay, if it does come to that. You got Vic asking Ben again, about what he knows about Dahlia. He's like, not really nothing. We made a couple arrests, but, nobody ain't saying nothing. And he says, he's not even in the damn drug thing, because, he was saying that Vic was essentially telling, Ben again, like, my family wants this drug, so whoever's doing this, we need you to put them away. And he's like, I'm not in the daggone, drugs and DEA or nothing like that. And he's like, listen, no. I mean, put them away. Make this where it goes away. And so Ben again tells him that's going to be double. And, Vic was basically like, I got you. I'm ahead of you already with that, and hands him the money. So I guess maybe that was why the whole the cop was supposed to be brought in, because now he needs extra money. And at the same time, they want to find out about this Dahlia, and they want whoever is doing it to be taken out, which is hilarious because it's your damn sister and Tommy ass, okay? And so anyway, you got Jannard saying that he wants to hit every corner till they find out what Dahlia is. Everybody want damn Dahlia now, okay? And so that's basically his plan for that. You got Flynn saying that Vic has to go find out what Claudia's up to. He basically calls Vic and he's telling him, like, find out what your sister's up to, and then bring her to me and she's going to be punished and this and that. And so he's like, and what exactly are you going to do to her? We not little kids. And he was like, yeah, well, her punishment is going to be in a punishment for an adult. And he was like, basically giving Vic the same old story he always gives him with his responsibilities and what he got to do to be in charge. Vic was saying, okay, but if I do this, are you going to finally tell Claudia that you're sick? He's like, no, I told you I wasn't going to tell her that she's sick. And he asked him, well, why the hell did you tell me? And he was like, I already told you, because you're going to be in a position of power. You're going to take over my spot, da-da-da-da-da, the same song and dance. And so Vic was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to be taking over, and I'm going to be taking over with Gloria by my side. So pretty much was the same thing. Different day from damn Daddy Flynn, and it was the same thing, different day from Vic, okay? You got JP visiting his grandmother in the hospital, and then, after he finished kissing her and walking out the room, he goes over to the front desk and he's asking them, like, who's on my grandmother's record as far as, like, I guess emergency contact and things of that nature. But before the nurse could look it up, just as she's looking it up, the grandmother starts coding. Everybody's running there, and trying to help her. And then they're like, she's gone. And, they call the time of it. And, of course, R.I.P. Grandma, all right? And so Tommy comes over and he's asking what the hell happened. And, of course, JP is like, I don't know. He lets him know, like, I went in the room. As soon as I walked out the room, all of a sudden she coded and she was just gone. Of course, JP is saying we should call Kate and let her know. And he gives Tommy this box of things that has different pictures. It has, like, this flash drive on it and things of that nature where he can look up whatever he want to look up, the recent things that JP has found while he's been working on the house. And Tommy tells him, thank you for that. But, of course, Tommy is still singing. He ain't calling no damn Kate, okay? You got Liliana and the chemist working, and Liliana arms is tired, so she want to take a minute. And, the chemist was saying to her, like, Dad, you've been out here in these streets and, in this game for a long time. And even after you got that scar on your face, that still didn't make you want to stop. She was asking her, why she wasn't doing this before, I guess, as far as cooking up stuff. And Liliana was like, nah, that wasn't really my thing. I was out on the streets. But, of course, because of the scar, that is why she had stop being in the streets. And so Liliana's like, yeah, I got this scar, girl. I got burned. I got bones broken. I got beat up. I got burned. You name it. I had it. Okay. I've been there and did that. And so the chemist was like, damn, man. She was like, yeah, I'm a real trooper. Okay. I don't play. And so the chemist was saying to her, either you got a damn horseshoe up your ass or something, like basically trying to make a joke. And Liliana got real serious with her for a minute and was like, girl, let me let you know, luck ain't got shit to do with this, okay? If you sitting here counting on luck, you gonna be shit out of luck, all right? Do you hear what I'm saying? And the chemist basically tells her, yeah. You got Tommy meeting up with Flynn. He asked to see him. He brings him there. And Tommy asked, why he doubled back on the Serbs or whatever the case may be. And he was like, well, you the one that started all the mess with them in the first damn place. And then Flynn was telling Tommy that, being pretty good doesn't keep you alive. So he knows that Tommy is about that street life. He knows he's smart. He sees the moves that he's been making. And now he want to ask Tommy to join the damn organization. And Tommy basically laughs in his face and was like, oh, if I knew this was a job interview, I would have wore a suit, okay? And I also would have wore a sign that says, go fuck yourself, because you showed me who you were when we were at Dr. Parker's office. And Flynn was like, what I saw? I saw that when you walked through the door, Glow's heart, jumped or whatever the case may be. And basically, he knows about the fact that Tommy was screwing Glow too, and saying that him and Vic was doing him. And Tommy tells him, your son loves Glow, like let them be in love. And he was like, oh, all of a sudden, you so worried about love or whatever the case may be. And Tommy was like, yeah, because it's real. And he was like, at the end of the day, Glow is not the problem, you are. All right. And I love that Tommy put his ass in his place. Okay, this is where we start getting the stupidity of Miss Claudia, okay? Miss Claudia, this was strike number 2 for you, boo, okay? You played yourself. She go and take her ass to see Mr. Diamond, okay? And Diamond already looking like, what the hell you doing in here? Why you coming in here? How can I help you, okay? And she starts to tell Diamond that, you could go ahead and get down with me or whatever the case may be. I got a product and y'all got the pipeline or whatever the case may be, and I can offer you 10%. And Diamond tells her, obviously, if you only offering me 10%, that means that you got some other partners, okay, that you should be talking to, or at least should be here with you as well, making this offer to me. That's why you can only offer me the 10%. And he basically tells her, I'm not doing shit with you while you doing shit behind your partner's back. And I loved every damn minute of it, okay? I'm glad Diamond checked her ass like that. And he basically went and opened the door and was like, and you can see your ass out, okay? And then he was like, is this Dahlia we talking about? And of course, Miss Claudia's in her feelings and feeling stupid. So she don't want to say that it's Dahlia or whatever. I guess she's like, whenever you get real, let me know. But Claudia, boo, you played yourself. Your days is numbered. You just cut yourself down with less days of life. Liliana is already ready, willing, able, and waiting to take your ass out, because she already knows that you are not loyal. And you just proved again that you are not loyal, that she was right when she said that. And you proved when your father said you were stupid, because that was a stupid mood. In the beginning, I was actually liking Glow. I mean, not Glow. Well, I did like Glow too. But in the beginning, I was liking Claudia. I thought she was headstrong. I thought she was probably in a better position to take over the business than Vic, okay? I wasn't a big fan of Vic. Then Vic started gaining my respect by stepping up for Glow. And also because he had Tommy's back and he seemed like he was a good shot when he took out those serves. So I started gaining a little respect for him. And sorry, y'all, damn. In this episode, both of y'all lost a little bit of that respect that y'all had gained from me with the foolishness, okay? Because that was straight up foolishness. And Tommy gonna find out about that. And of course, that is why she made another move that she made in this episode, because she knows she played herself. And eventually, Diamond is gonna speak to Tommy and tell him about that, okay? Moving on from that, we have Paulie, come and talk to Flynn. And he's telling him, you keep pushing them away. You keep making the mistakes. Of course, Paulie is being the voice of reason, keeping it real with him, telling him straight up how things is like he always does. And he basically tells him, well, I know one thing. I'm not the one that's going to end up wiping your ass and shoveling dirt on your damn casket, okay? And, of course, Daddy Flynn was agreeing like, I know you not. And he also tells him, because Zaddy Flynn was telling him you could go ahead and call off that hit with the girl. And he was like, I never put it on. And he was like, oh, of course you didn't. So, did he or did Zaddy Flynn go behind his back and already had all the arrangements because he knew that Paulie wasn't going to do it? All right. And so Tommy, of course, after that conversation with, Daddy Flynn, actually tries to go look out for Vic dumb behind and give him a warning and tell him that him and Glow need to get the hell up out of town. He's like, I met with your father today and he's going to try to do something to hurt, Glow. At first, Vic is talking about, why should I trust you? Why should I believe you? Why would you want to help me? And Tommy is telling him, I've never did anything bad to you, okay? Since we've met, I've never had no big issues with you since we met. I've actually helped you. Even when you stabbed my back and turned on me and decided to drop out of the deal, I still didn't come at you no kind of way. And he was like, if you don't believe that I'm trying to help you or whatever, then believe that I'm trying to help her and I want to keep her safe. He was like, take this car, okay? It doesn't have GPS or any of that, and get your behind out of town. What Vic done behind you? He gonna sit around. He gonna go see Glow or whatever the case may be, and find out, oh, she's back, and they gonna talk and all this and kiss, and he gonna tell her, oh, we gonna leave later today, and I'm gonna come pick you back up in a couple of hours. Like, the shit ain't serious. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And so, you got Diamond then talking to Adrian. She's back in the damn barbershop. They downstairs in the basement area, or I don't know if that's the back or wherever. And, she just trying to act like she want to make slow conversation. Diamond over her and her bull crap, okay? He done got his nuts off a couple times. And he want to just get to business at this point. So he's like, do you know what, made me as good at my job as I am? And she says, oh, we never even talked about your job. What is it that you do? And he was like, come on, let's not do this, boo. Okay, we already played with each other. We ain't gonna keep playing with this. And so she was like, oh, what do you mean? He was like, you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly who I am, and I know exactly who you are. So let's cut the bull, all right? What do you want? Why was you in the daggone booth? And why was you trying to be so much in my damn bed every minute? All right, basically. And she was like, oh, well, I actually was not coming there for you to do a story on you or anything like that. She tells him the truth about her being a reporter. She says she doesn't want to do a story on him. Her boss does. And that she actually was supposed to originally be meeting up with Elijah, but he never showed. I'm like, really, Elijah? You was about to do a story? Okay, let's see where it's going to go. And so, but, she's telling him now she feels different. And he's like, why is that? She's like, oh, because, you're more than just a story. We'll see. But I do believe Adrian really is falling for him. But, and of course he was like, so you was trying to sleep with me and all of that just to get a story. And she was like, she would never do that. Okay, so that was just her choice to sleep with him. Okay. And then you had, Tommy actually looking through the pics in the drive and all of that, JP gave him for a minute, but then of course he hurries up and turns that off and was like, let me get the hell up out of here. You got Tommy bringing the money over to Claudia, and she tells him that she don't want to be in the shadows anymore. Of course that wasn't gonna last too long. She want to come out front. She want to be able to do what she want to do. And so he's like, well, okay, what do you want to do? Tell me, spit it out, keep it real with me. We supposed to be partners, so let me know what you got in mind. And he was like, if you do this, that means you having to deal with your dad. And so, are you sure about that? Because for me, it ain't nobody getting in my way. Anybody that gets in my way, whether it be your daddy, you, whoever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't having it. I will stop them. So that's up to you to put your daddy in his place and make sure that, you protect what's yours. And he tells her that she could take the clubs and he could take the streets. Okay. And I feel like Claudia did this to cover herself because of the dumb shit she did with going to talk to Diamond. And so this way she could come out and being able to be in the open and be like, oh, well, I was making moves too and da da da. But I think that's going to backfire on her. Of course, she also did it because now she wants to stand up to her daddy or whatever the case may be. And she didn't like the fact that he was telling her that he would crush her and all that other stuff when she had went to meet up with him. But I see Claudia days being numbered. I actually see, maybe Tommy ending up having to, unfortunately, go up against the Flynn's when it's all said and done any damn way. Because now you got Vic with the dumb crap he did with Glow, okay, which we gonna get to in a minute. You got Claudia and the dumb shit she did with Diamond. And then you're gonna have Daddy Flynn, man, at both of them regardless. But then at the same time, you're going to have damn Vic mad at his daddy now because of what happened to Glow. So it's going to be interesting to see. All right. And so then we had, Tommy basically calls D-Mac out for being obvious. He knows that, he's following him around. And he was like, damn, how the hell did you see me? Like, you know what I mean? You got, and Tommy says he got eyes in the back of his head. D-Mac talking about, oh, well, then that would make you a superhero and all this other stuff. And so basically he was like, okay, well, what you got to come and tell me today? And Z-Mac was like, no, I really don't have nothing to tell you, but I actually want to be put on. And he was like, you not working with CBI no more? And he was like, nah, not really. And Tommy was like, well, I need somebody that's steady, dependable, not somebody that's going to be flaking and moving back and forth and in and out and all of that. And Z-Mac was like, nah, man, I'm telling you, I'm loyal, I'm good. Anything you give me, you know what I mean? I'm going to do to the best of my ability. Tommy was like, well, what are you good at? And he basically lets Tommy know that he's really good with numbers. And Tommy basically tests him. He give him like 3 different tests by, calculator. He was like, give me something hard. And every single one that Tommy was giving him, he was getting it right. Okay, so D-Mac is apparently really good at math. He starts to tell Tommy how when he was younger, he had a hard time and he didn't start reading until he was like 6 years old. And the teachers always thought he was stupid. But in all actuality, all he would see is numbers. And a lot of times that does happen. I see that with a lot of boys. They're usually very good with numbers, very good with math, very good with science. Okay. And so in D-Mac's situation, he's saying he's really good with numbers. And so Tommy gives him another scenario where it's basically like, as far as if there's this amount of kilos and that amount of pounds and this person got to make a sale. And he was like, oh, well, which way are you talking about it? And he breaks it down that way too. And Tommy is really impressed with it. So Tommy like, okay, cool. You got Liliana finally meeting JP. And this was hilarious to me because Liliana was loving it, okay? Remember she said she ain't into white boys. So she looking and she like, oh, you handsome? Y'all moms made some, fine ass babies. And Tommy like, okay now. And then she basically admiring his smile, admiring his laugh. She liking his voice and the way he talks. She want him to repeat what he's saying. She like, oh, you good with those hands because you was basically, playing the horns. And he was like, well, actually it's a saxophone or whatever the heck he said it was. And she was like, oh, interesting. And Tommy was over it. Okay, he's like, slow down. And it's excuse me, hilarious to see her gushing over him because of course we know JP is trying to bat for the other team, but he don't want you. But it was still hilarious and cute. Okay. And so then you got, Jannard's boys coming to him, telling him that the Pilgrims is moving the shit. And, Jannard is like, the Pilgrims? He was like, are y'all talking about the damn Hasidic Jews? Y'all calling them damn Pilgrims? He's like, what, they just got off the Mayflower? And so basically, like, they like, what the hell we mean, okay? Hasidic Jews, Pilgrims, whatever, it's all the same shit. And so he says, okay, he's gonna go ahead and approach them. You got Vic with Paulie coming over to his house, and he's telling Paulie that he did see his son Simon recently and that he looks a lot better. And then Paulie is like, yeah, and so he don't. That was interesting to me. Okay, that Paulie's looking better. Keep that too in the back of your pocket because I feel like that will eventually come back up. And Paulie starts to go into this whole story about, I know sometimes your dad doesn't show it or he doesn't tell you or whatever, but, you a good kid, you really smart, and if he's not proud of you, then I definitely am, and all of this other good stuff, right? And they having this bonding moment, and Paulie is drinking a beer with him, and then he tells him that his dad went to try to get Tommy to join in with the fam. And my whole thing with that part, Vic, is Tommy told you he saw your dad today. Vic made the comment like, oh, I know I couldn't trust him. Tommy told you he saw your damn dad. At the end of the day, whether he's trying to get Tommy to join the fam or not, what difference do you make? Because you was already saying you was supposed to have been leaving with Glow at the end of the damn day. And all of a sudden, you decide with your dumb ass to freaking switch back to your damn card keys with your card to go pick up Glow. And it was like, why? What was the logic? What was the difference when Tommy had already told you that he saw your damn father today and that your father made a damn threat against Glow? I'm trying to understand it. Somebody, if you understand it, please put it in the comments for me. And so, Liliana says to JP that, says to Tommy that JP is really showing his skills. He's catching up on this actually fast. He's doing a good job so far. JP was like, I'm going to give it my best and I will not let you down, bro. And Tommy was like, I believe you. You got Jannard dumb ass, okay, step into the damn Jew guy, basically trying to rob him, telling him to give him Dahlia, shoots him like 2 or 3 times. Now Jannard done brung a whole nother damn thing on CBI by him doing this. It was the most stupidest thing that he could do. Okay, but it's Jannard we're talking about. Just basically his raggedy ass being raggedy like he always is. All right. And so then he takes that same Dahlia that he got from when he, killed the damn Jew guy to Mr. Cousin Gary with the one eye. And he basically tells him that he needs them, ready to come to Chicago anytime he calls them to smoke everybody, that he wants smoked when he calls. And that's how they basically could repay him for giving them the dolly or whatever the case may be. He's not asking for no payment, like no cash right now. And we already know the only person he gonna probably want taken out is damn Tommy. And maybe the Flints too. But of course Tommy, because everything with damn Jannard is Tommy. So we then get, Glow and Vic. And they got the nerve, they gotta want to stop and rub each other's faces and oh, I love you and yeah, baby, and blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, Vic. And all of a sudden, a car comes crashing into them or whatever. And he's asking her, he's all right. This guy jumps out the car with this big old, freaking assault rifle, whatever the hell it was. Starts shooting their ass up. Vic is like, get down. And, then Vic starts shooting back through the hole that done came, through the windshield. And the guard, the guy already has another car that's ready on standby to drive by. And he jump in it and they drive off. And he like, okay, Glow, get up, Glow. You fine? And he kills me. Same thing he did with damn, what's his name when he died, his friend, Simon. He's basically like, Glow, get up, baby. You seeing a big asshole in her face. It's okay, baby. Open your eyes, baby. So Glow is gone. Okay. Rest in peace to Glow. And that could have been avoided if you wasn't dumb, Vic. So I don't even feel sorry for you in this freaking moment. You was just plain old freaking dumb. So then we get D-Mac, he always got his stash, this little box that he keep his money in, his gun in, and that picture of him and JP together. And, he basically puts this little stack of money in there and he go ahead about his business. And who but Tommy is walking out the shadows because, of course, Tommy gonna always, backtrack and look and check stuff out and be, definitely more calculated now and paying attention to everything. And he opens it up and basically sees that this is damn JP's son. So finally he knows that this is his freaking nephew. And I'm like, yes. All right. I need them together. I need him to protect D-Mac. I am with that. Finally. Okay. And so then, just as he gets back to his house, it transitions from looking at, the picture of JP. JP with him as a baby or whatever the case may be. It transitions to Tommy looking at a picture of him with Kate. And then you see him pick up his phone and all of a sudden you see Kate get a call and her answering and her being like, who's this? Speak now. And then instead of it being damn Tommy like I thought it was, excuse me, y'all, it's JP talking about it's your son. So I guess Kate gonna be coming in for the funeral. I don't know what y'all think, y'all, but that was basically the episode. Tell me what y'all thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you as happy as me that for freaking, Tommy finally know about damn D-Mac and the fact that he is his nephew? Do you think that the Jews is gonna want to come at Tommy about the stupidness that Jannard did? Do you think that Diamond is gonna have to be the one that ends up paying for what damn stupid ass Jannard did? Do you think that Vic gonna call himself being mad at Tommy for this when in all actuality he should be mad at himself? Is he gonna be mad at his daddy and want to kill him? Is Claudia gonna do more dumb shit? Put it all in the comments. Okay, let's discuss. Like, share, subscribe. Till next time too.